What do you think of as love? What is love to you?
I think love is understanding and compassion,
Hmm, I like that.
being able to listen to the other for their needs and help them meet those needs, and being kind to each other, um,
Yes,
and accept them for who they are.
yes, yes, yes. I remember I was doing a workshop in a women's prison on the topic of empathy and understanding. And I was quoting um, a self-psychologist who says that what is healing is for the person to feel deeply understood. And I was teaching the staff in the prison about um, helping the inmates to feel deeply understood, and that was our main job in working in the world. And I remember this one woman who stood up and said, well, that's all fine and good, but I think it's really about love. What's the difference between deeply understanding somebody and loving somebody? And we all laughed, which they were very serious, so it was great that they laughed. And they said, well, deep understanding goes a long way, and to express something about what love is. So let's keep that idea of compassion and understanding. And what were the other words you used? Kindness.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Yeah, acceptance. And I want to add to it what Brother David Stendhal Rast says, which I always love, that that love isn't an emotion as much as a deep commitment and intention. And it's what he called a yes to belonging. A yes to belonging. I love that because we get so caught in the sort of Hallmark card version of love as this feeling in our bodies, our heart beating fast, and the romantic love that has to do with you just fall in love with somebody and then you live happily ever after. And I think you're pointing to the idea that romantic love and love in a larger sense aren't different things, really. They are different realms, but they are different aspects of the same thing. Yeah. And if we think of love as a yes to belonging, we all belong to each other. We do belong because Jean Gemlin says we are interaction with each other. We're not separate. We all belong to one family, one system. But to feel the belonging and to say yes to the belonging is a different thing. And when you are very attracted to somebody and your whole body wants to be close to them and wants them, right? It's easy to say yes to that belonging. But what about, when you're aggravated, when you're threatened and you're like, ugh, I don't want to be associated with you and you're going to reflect badly on me and you're not cool and maybe you're not attractive enough or I'm not attractive enough to belong to you, or all of these kinds of things that get in the way, to still say yes, but we still belong. We work at that belonging.
How do you propose for us to do that practically?
Well, I think you had a very good start of saying understanding and compassion. And what I think of then is what the psychoanalyst Kohut said about the person feeling deeply understood. And the word deeply is a very important word there, because you could feel sort of understood. You feel understood by your mother. She's known you since, you were in the womb. But you might not in some way feel deeply understood in some way. Maybe other ways you do. But the deep understanding is this feeling like the person understands where I'm coming from. The person understands what Jane Genlin calls the one in there. The person understands what I'm trying for, what the child in me is trying to express or up against. That's where the compassion comes in.